Welcome to Vikings football with head coach Bruce Barnum. As you can see, we're inside today because right out there, it's pouring down rain. We got to keep the equipment dry, so we're doing this week's episode inside. But good news, folks, the Vikings are home this Saturday at 1 o'clock against Eastern Washington, and it's supposed to be dry. So come on out and watch the Vikings play. It'll be a big game, the Dam Cup Trophy game. The Vikings won last year at Eastern Washington, and they possess that nice trophy. They want to defend it this week against the Eagles. It's homecoming weekend this week. There'll be 500 T-shirts given away, 1,000 towels given away at the Viking football game. And, Coach, it is Dam Cup week. You won the trophy last year. I know that was a lot of fun. What a lot of people don't know is the trophy is named after the 4 dams that you pass on the drive from Portland State to Eastern Washington. So before we talk football, you're a fisherman. Can you name those 4 dams?
Is this a quiz you threw at me?
That's the quiz.
Let's go up the river. Bonneville, number 1. The next one up is the Dalles, I believe. The next one up has the most smallmouth, the John Day.
That's 3.
And McNary, I believe, is all the way up.
This man knows his dams. All right. It is Viking football week, Dam Cup week. We'll talk about the Eagles in just a moment. Coach, the Vikings come off a loss to Idaho State. It was a disappointing Saturday for all. I know it was very disappointing for you. After playing quite well in previous weeks, your evaluation of that game and maybe what let the team down in terms of the loss?
Our start, Mike, you can't start flat. I thought our team did coming into that game, and then you're playing catch up, and it didn't work out. So I thought that was the biggest thing. We've been playing with a lot of energy. We haven't had to worry about that, but all of a sudden we show up to one of them, and that's, kind of swamped us at the beginning. I like how they responded, parts of our team. Throughout the game, but playing in the Big Sky, you better bring your hat. I don't care what people's record are or what it is. The parity is just enormous.
All right, and it's Tuesday as we record this. Just finished your first full practice of the week. Any points along those lines that you've addressed with the team, and how did they look today?
We addressed it. At the meeting on Sunday night, just where we're at and what's next and how to respond, and I'm ready to go. I like how they acted today, in the operation on all 3 phases. I like the plan. We put together a good plan for this group, and we just addressed again with them, the start. I want to make sure I want them thinking about starting fast. And the leadership on the team make sure that happens.
All right, and you're going to have a similar look from Eastern Washington as you saw from Idaho State. The Bengals, a pass-heavy team this season. Eastern Washington comes in with Kikoa Vesperis, their quarterback, actually leading the Big Sky in total passing yards and total offense. So you're going to get a similar look from the Eagles. What do you see when you look at the Eagles on film?
They're playing well, as a lot of teams are right now in the Big Sky. And you watch that game against Weber, it was back and forth, and, it's a team coming in here, the first in a while that, has been in the rankings. So they're a quality football team. I know they've lost some they didn't want to, but again, in the Big Sky, you never know. You have to play every snap. You have to play 60 minutes, and but very talented in all facets, Their kicking game, my special teams coach just told me that he thinks they have the best punter in the country. So throughout, Aaron's brought great student athletes in there, and they're playing well right now.
And both teams come into the game at 2-2, tied for 5th place in the 12-team Big Sky Conference. Obviously, a victory is going to move you a little bit up the ladder. It's going to keep you in playoff contention, whichever team comes out with that win. Coach, the thing I've noticed is they've played their 4 Big Sky games have all been decided by 1 score. Our 4 Big Sky games have all been decided by 2 scores or more. Does that have any meaning when you get into the game, maybe in the 4th quarter, and it's close?
Not a damn thing, Mike. I think we're playing well all except last week. I didn't, like that first quarter, but you'll see two football teams that there's a rivalry there. You talked about the Dam Cup, and this rivalry goes back where I think Eastern owned it, there for a few years in the middle. We finally got one back last year. So, and why I bring that up in rivalry games, I think you see both teams charged up and ready to go.
All right, Coach, I'm going to ask you a couple things. Off the football field this past week, Portland State's new president, Ann Cudd, stepped in and was interested in helping out the football program, the athletics program, in a promotional video. That video, by the time you see this, should be out there on social media and in a few different places. And maybe say a little bit about, I don't know how much of a relationship you've developed with her in her short time here, but how important that is that she supports athletics.
It's huge. I've met her a couple of times, been around her a couple of times, Mike, but Ann Cudd is a stud. I mean, she did that, and I think she sees how athletics benefits the university. And it's been a few moons since we've had that at Portland State, so that's exciting to see. I think they'll see how it helps from enrollment up and down the charts, what a quality athletic funded program can do. So, yeah, seeing her do the commercials and hearing how she interacted with the players was pretty good stuff.
She actually ran out with the team on the field last Saturday. I don't know how many people noticed that. She might have been the smallest player on the field, I'm pretty sure. So take a look around. You'll probably see that somewhere on social media. I'm sure we'll get it up on GoVikes.com and on all of our social media. The other thing I note, Coach, we play October 28th against Eastern Washington. A few days after that is Halloween. I'm not going to ask you what you wear as a costume because I know you'll give me some bad answer. What I want to know is, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Favorite candy? Well, first off, I used to be a costume guy, Mike. Really? I had the best foghorn leghorn look going, I think 2 years running.
That's appropriate.
When I was at Eastern Washington University, actually. It was the type of costume you walked in and it was the whole room stopped. Wow, I think most of it was they couldn't believe Barnum was in a damn costume. But Halloween candy, it's a tight one, but I'd probably have to go with the Mighty Butterfinger or Mounds. They'd be right there battling it out, like we'll be battling out this week against Eastern.
All right, as we get to the game this Saturday, Coach, I think I know what your answer is going to be, but what's going to be the key for Portland State to get things rolling once again?
Fast start. We'll add that to the mix, Mike. But we only have a couple more at home, so we're going to enjoy this one and get them ready and get out to Hillsboro and be ready to play. But as always, it's turnovers. We lost that battle, so we're back to, 0, which is not positive or negative. But we want to be ahead in the turnover category at the end of the season. So that and the field. There were some field position things I tried to do last week that didn't work out. I need to make sure those work out. So, and again, match the intensity of your opponent.
All right, the Vikings and the Eagles this Saturday at Hillsboro Stadium, 1 p.m. You can see it on ESPN+. There are T-shirt giveaways. There are towel giveaways. Probably somebody's going to be giving away some Halloween candy. We don't know. Come out to the Viking football luncheon on Friday. That's at noon at Old Spaghetti Factory. Lots of things going on this week. Stay close to Vikings football, and you can do so by going to GoVikes.com.